Hey, Blue Table fans! Shawn here, and you might think, hey, is Shawn always this happy? The answer is sometimes not so much. Sometimes Shawn is sad and he just sits around and talks about himself in the third person. Some people tell Shawn that's a sign of megalomania. Shawn thinks that sounds about right. All right, guys, we're gonna go shopping, and I'm not buying anything. I did one of these videos like a while back, and people were like super confused. They were like, does this guy really spend $6,000 on miniatures? Nope, I just fill my shopping cart with $6,000 of miniatures. All right, guys, so we're going to go along on a little journey of how to buy models and evaluate models. And first off, I mean no offense. I'm just going to give my opinions. And yeah, and you're gonna see a little bit about me. You saw some names there, Facebook friends of mine, and also if you wanted to, you could be my Facebook friend too. Check out my Facebook page. Look at that. Yeah. Oh, and I like Conan O'Brien. Yeah, so and I also have a fantasy world, and I put up pictures from my fantasy world of being in Vancouver, Canada. And, I just like it there. So, and look at this handsome devil. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Uh, how do I keep my hands off myself? I don't. And anyway, so you can be my Facebook friend. I actually put things on here. And oh, I'm going to dress as Corvo for Halloween. That makes me just happy inside. So anyway, you can see a lot of my life and stuff on here. Okay, let's go back. This is, wait a minute, did that actually go back anywhere? Oh, there we go. All right. So this is Warhammer 40K buy, sell, trade, US, Canada only. All right, here we go. First listing is looking for non-painted or primed Harlequins. PM me with that you got. So first off, you should check your spelling before putting your listings up. But what I've been told is that people just don't do that anymore, and they also don't care. And apparently, it's a thing to actually purposely put up things that are misspelled. Is that right, Jonah? You're young. You're 18. He says he has no idea what I'm talking about. That people make posts and purposely misspell things on it. Yeah, see, there you go. It's to attract attention. And then you notice the price here says 123. If people don't want to put a price, but it requires that you put a price, they put like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or whatever, in case you didn't know that already. So, frankly, I think it would be better if people just put with the solid what they were going to offer. There's like this haggling game that goes on. It's really not necessary. Next is up for sale is my Astra Militarum army. And with all the things happening in the world, I need to clear out some things. Sadly, Astra didn't make the cut, and my loss is your game. Looking to sell the army as a whole and will ship for free via USPS with full insurance and tracking. I will split in lots. However, with splitting, I will ask for buyer to pay shipping costs. Asking is $6.95 shipped for the lot, but here is the list if you are wanting to buy separate. By the way, this is a great listing, guys. This is not bad. Payments to go through PayPal only. Please PM me with the details. This is a really well done lot here. The only thing is that some of the lots have already been sold, so we can't even look at, you know, like the $6.95 is meaningless now. And again, not a criticism. This is actually really well set up. He told us how much he wanted, gave specific prices, and we're going to take a look. So first off, let's take a look at the pictures. Ooh, we got some hellhounds put together, and he's also got the little extras here too, which is a big deal. You could magnetize those pretty easy. Here at BTP, we would have put plates on the interior, metal plates on these little sockets, so a little late for that. But you can get around that. You can still put magnets in there and get these guys magnetized on. So good job with that. Got some Lehman Russi and a tank in pieces. A Bane blade. It says painted. This is a pretty basic paint job. And by the way, I just want to be clear. I'm not knocking people's paint jobs. I'm just giving a rough analysis. And got some guys, and he's done a really good job here. He's laid them all out in rows of 5, groups of 10. Very nicely done. And there's no texturing on these bases, but that's okay. And quite frankly, you could probably repaint, you could probably reprime and repaint these guys. I'd give them maybe 60 out of 100 for repainting value. Yeah, more guys. There's the Bane. Actually, the Bane blade is not too bad. This is actually a much better picture. I mean, it's got some detailing on it. It's got, with a number there. Different fields have been picked out. It's been weathered. So that's real nice. It's got some nuance sprue. He shows that he has the bases. This is something that you want. You want to look for these things, like missing pieces. I've got things where it said I bought some Marines and it was like, oh, it's all magnetized, or it's magnetized. They didn't say all magnetized, and one thing was magnetized. There weren't options, and that's all right. That's what you get when you buy secondhand, and especially if you buy them on the cheap. You know, you can't be too picky about it. Oh, these are nice, some manticores, all assembled up, and really, I don't see any mold lines or glue spots or other things. That's something else you want to look for as well. Not that it's bad. You should just take it into consideration and look it in the face that if you're going to have to do a lot of refurbishment work. Cards and book. Usually I look for cards and books to just be like throw-ins and not something that I evaluate as part of it. Oh, look at this, a Bane blade in pieces. That's nice, because you could do like a project or something with that, like to do the interior or do magnetization. All right, let's just rip through the rest of these. You got a sand and spinach basilisk here, real nice. And there's a reason why this guy has sold a lot of this army. Maybe some Forge World here. I think it's unclear if Forge World is included in that. I'm not sure what these bags here are. Maybe if we go back to the main listing, we can find out. Okay, so now this is just, you know, by the lot. A Bane blade well painted. Apparently he still has that, and also for 100. The problem that you're going to have with painted models is people don't want to pay for the painting. And it's not right. It's not great. Obviously, I'm in a business where I'm painting things. And so, all right, so let's take a look here. A Bane blade on the Games Workshop site clocks in at $140. So you're basically getting this for like 30% off, maybe 33% off. Is that right? No, 31% off? Somewhere around there. And it's all put together and painted. So $100, that's actually a really, really, really good deal with that. Now, if you took his whole thing, and let me just add this up in my mind, like really quick. So 2 Bane blades, that's 300 retail. An Octo blade, oh wow, this guy knows about us, because I'm pretty sure I coined Octo blade in 2008 or so. Anyway, okay, so retail, he's at like 450, 600, 750, 800, 900, probably at least 1,000. Let's see, 1,050, 1,150. Oh, Trojan support vehicle from Forge World. Oh man, I gotta tell you, with all the things on here, this is easily, I'm gonna say 1,300 retail. And with the fact that it's all put together and really well asking $6.95 shipped, guys, that is a deal. This is what you want to do. You want to pick up a lot like this, send it to us under our Just Get It Done artistic license programs, or I have one now that's mostly artistic license. So you can say paint up all the vehicles, sand and spinach, but then not give me any other instructions, and we could get this looking really good, very inexpensively, and do all of these like little repairs. We could do magnetization. Obviously, as part of the painting, we would put texturing on there. Oh, there's his picture of his Forge World stuff. Look at me. Didn't even notice it. And get a really respectable Astra Militarum, aka Imperial Guard Army, going out of this. So that's people looking to get into the game, and they want to play, and they want the pride of ownership and collecting a force that isn't the embarrassing gray and hodgepodge that you see down at game stores. I even had a guy once, he had the sprues on the board. He was like, "This is my tank," and he had like a little stack of the tank sprues on the board. Literally like not even put together, and he was like moving that around. Yeah, that was like low moments. Yeah, my 18-year-old son's looking across the table at me like giving me a WTF sort of look there. All right, let's keep going. Let's do one more. How many minutes in am I? I'm at 11. Yeah, almost 12 minutes. All right, that is not bad. Okay, looking to trade for any 40K models. Emphasis on Primaris Tau, other Eldar stuff for trade. All right. Here's the deal with trading your models, guys. I recommend also, on these listings, it's fine what you're doing. Don't take me as judgmental and, putting someone else down, because I'm not. I do my stuff that probably doesn't make sense. However, wouldn't it be nice if you knew what the terms were going in? It'd be like going into a restaurant and there were no prices on the menu, and they said, "Oh, just ask the server for the prices." You'd just be like, "This is a pain. Just tell me what it is, and then I can figure out what I want to do." All right. So anyway, we've got so a trade. I think trading retail for retail is a really good way to do. That's a really fair trade. You're going across. However, the person making the listing, it's really kind of their burden to say, what it is, to make it slightly in the favor of the person trading. So my standard is 2 for 1. So if I go and I said, "Listen, I have this whole giant list to trade." Let's say it's on Blue Table Store, and I made a list of things that I needed, which I could. So if you went to Blue Table Store, you would see all the things that I have. Let me just call this up here. So this is my store. To find the good stuff, you got to go to the new section. That's really the place to go. And there's probably at least 300 lots in the new section, at least. And it's good stuff, like whole figures, and some of it painted really well, and mostly like 40 or 50% off. So anyway, so if I said, "Hey, I have things to trade and I want you to give me specific items," I would go 2 for 1 just to help people make up their mind. Okay, so here's this guy. He's got 3 Ludas, 6 Flamers, War Boss, 4 Coptas, 3 Nods. I gotta tell you, that is a hodgepodge of figures. So this is what he has. A lot of dwarfs. And he wants to trade, he says, any 40K. Yeah, it's painted pretty heavily, and it's not based. It's kind of consistent, but no one's going to look at the painting here and be like, "This is awesome." This would actually make a good kill team. This would be not, of course, I don't think you can use Coptas in a kill team. Battle for Skull Pass, some Spider Riders. You've got some, looks like Can't even see what's going on here. Amelin Shadow Guide, that's a nice little piece there. That's something you can play in the game too. You can have her. She's from one of the other box sets, the Blackstone Fortress. And hold on, I can't figure out what these models are. Why am I feeling so? They look like Dark Reavers. All right, we'll get. Okay, so that's all you have. Really, shoot me your trade offers. More pictures available with PM. All right, I have to say, this listing would have been vastly improved to just have taken the pictures and put them up front, right? Yeah, Jonah's nodding yes. And don't make it difficult. I think that's the cardinal rule to creating a listing. Make it easy for the other person. What are your terms? What do you have? Show clear pictures. Oh, and those were Dark Reavers. So that's the real find here, is these Dark Reavers. And does he say how many? Well, it looks like 7. That's actually not too bad. And those are, so my advice to this person would be put the condition, and so like 3 Ludas assembled, partially painted, or Dark Reapers, resin, assembled, not cleaned, for example. And let the person know what it is that you actually have. And you'll end up being better off, because when people are going in to like buy things, they if you're not specific, they'll kind of assume the worst. So anyway, that's a listing for sure. Okay, this one says prices in US dollars. That's nice. And you can always go to the person's their homepage and usually find out the city and state and country that they live in, which is actually really helpful. So this guy wants $100 for the US, for the Necron half of Forgebane. And you get 5 Immortals, Deathmark. Well, oh, and here he lists retail on models. That is really helpful. And this is actually the typical thing that you'll find, that if you want just half of the thing, you don't pay half of the retail. You pay actually a little bit more. 165 divided by 2 would be 82.50. And he does cover the shipping as well. So that's really nice. And if you're trading locally, figure out ahead of time where people are before you get too deep into the negotiations, so you don't find out that they live an hour away and they don't have a car and you have to come pick up. So or find out what the shipping is. So not too bad. Yeah, this is actually a pretty good deal. He doesn't have any pictures. He's just swiped a picture. But what is there to see? It's just the plastic, although it's not quite specified. So this listing would have been improved, I think, if the person had put that they were new on sprue. Although it does say in plastic, so that's probably implied. All right, guys, do you feel like doing one more? You know what? I'm just going to call it a day and put this one up and see if you guys like it. Please make comments how I could have done this better, and also, you know, if you'd like to see this format more in the future. And remember, you can be my Facebook friend. Be sure to like and comment my posts, because then they'll appear on your feed more often. At first, I didn't know how it worked, so I approved 3,500 friends, and the fact is only 25 people ever see your posts, or something like that. It's obviously not 3,500 people seeing your posts. Although sometimes I'll get 70 likes on something, so I think people are seeing more of those. And you know what? Facebook is free, so what a great service to pay nothing for. And of course, you pay with your privacy. So there's that. All right, let me go ahead and stop this. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I really appreciate it. And as usual, you know, it would be great to see some of these come through the studio, and that we would get to paint them. And quite frankly, if you're looking for a painted army, the best way is to pick up something assembled, send it directly to Blue Table Painting. I've got lots of great programs to do it very economically. That's our specialty, to take an army and just refurbish it. and get it done. And we'll grind off all the rough edges, do the basing, clean the mold lines. If guys are missing arms, we usually have arms here to do it. There's a modest charge for all that, of course, but you're going to get back a finished army for a very reasonable price, especially if you're picking it up on one of these bargains. And I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you find the bargains and be able to assess these secondhand armies, and also assess the risks of buying on Facebook. And and I also have a trade-in program. So if you have like a garage full of stuff and you're sick of looking at it, and your significant other is sick of looking at it, and you just, you've got some money, but you know it's not enough for a whole army, well, guess what? Send me the extras, and I can give you a credit for those. All right.